So this is my 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. I'm going to be going over the mods that I've done when I first bought this truck and how I like it after owning it for about 5 months now. This is my first Toyota vehicle I've owned. So first thing I did to it was I put a 2-inch spacer on the front of this. So you can see it right up there. It's just a spacer. And then in the rear, I put a add-a-leaf kit on here, so you can see that extra leaf spring down in there. And then I changed out the shocks to the Bilstein 5100s, so that made a big difference. As far as the ride height, I think it was right over just like 2¼ inches. It was like just over 2¼ So that made it sit how I wanted it. Increased my bed capacity as far as weight goes, my payload. And when hauling my trailer right there, the squat is minimal now, so it only squats about an inch, 1.5 inches. So it sits right about like there, versus before this wheel well was like 2 inches from the friggin' tire. So wheels and tires, these are the Nitro Terra Grapplers in a 265/70/17. So they're a 1/2 inch taller over the stock ones. And the wheels are the Fuel Rebel in anthracite gray. And the offset on these wheels is a 0 offset. So I wanted my tires inside I wanted the tread inside of the wheel well still. So the sidewall of the tire is basically flush with that flare right up there. And it gives me the stance that I was looking for. So I think it looks pretty darn good. Next thing I did underneath, I wanted a little bit more protection, so I went ahead and added this TRD Pro skid plate. I changed my own oil, so this makes it a lot more convenient. You don't gotta drop your skid plate every time you change your oil. And this is one hell of a piece of aluminum, so that greatly increases protection under here. The next thing I did is I went ahead and added these RSG rock sliders. These are their angled rock sliders for the Tacoma. And they look pretty freaking sweet if you ask me. They are built like a tank. So they're all welded construction. And then they just bolt on underneath in several different locations. You do have to move a few things around under there to put these on, relocate some things, but they're pretty easy. They do weigh considerably. I think they're right around like 170 pounds combined. I'll put it in the description down below, but they do add a little bit of weight. But as far as the wheels and tires go and the stuff I've done to this, I still average right around 23 miles to the gallon. That's on the interstate doing 75 or doing 60 when I go to work and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And these steps also add a little bit of a step when you're getting in. You have about 3 inches of a step in space right there, so that was my convincing factor to the wife to getting these. They're right around $1,200, so that worked out. As far as this little flare right here that comes out, that helps. I'll tell you the purpose of that in a minute, but that helps with getting up on the roof and stuff when you want to climb up here, if you're putting on anything up above. But the main purpose of that there is in case you come up against a tree or something, that this will push the truck away instead of tearing up the whole side of your truck. That's the design around that. So things I may do in the future, I've been thinking about doing the overland torque tune. I know a lot of people love that. The overall performance of this truck is okay. I'm happy with it, but I may do that overland torque tune in the future, so we'll see. Thanks for watching. Give this video a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.